Hey everyone, it's Colin from the Enable Sales Engineering team, and it's my pleasure to run through this very short presentation today where we will show you how to both provision and manage macOS devices using the Enable RMM platform. Why have we chosen this as a topic, you may ask? Well, first of all, I think it's very important that we look at the challenge that we face today. With regards to macOS devices and any device for that matter, users are typically working from home, and as a result, the devices are not as accessible. Let's also look at Windows as a platform. We know that there's a variety of tools we can use to manage those machines. There's a lot of knowledge out there. With macOS, that's definitely not the case, and as a result, people tend to be a little bit more intimidated when it comes to managing those devices. In the presentation today, what we're going to show you is how RMM has the tool set, the features, the capabilities to ensure that you can manage your devices easily, remotely, centrally, all from the one platform. Before we jump in, what I want to do is focus on something very, very important, and this is enrolling a device in RMM. This is a real differentiator for RMM compared to other macOS management platforms. Why? Because this unlocks the potential of RMM, giving it full administrator rights over your machine, meaning there's no approval required on the macOS device. So if you're unsure if you've actually enrolled the device or not, don't worry, RMM will happily indicate that to you. Let me bring up my dashboard for you, where we can see that we've got one device where the install's failed, one where the device has enrolled. Where we do have any problems with enrollment, don't worry, we can add an automated task, one of the preloaded ones here, and as you can see, we can run that manually from the dashboard. After that, you'll get this little pop-up. It's a one-time process. Once you've approved that, you're ready to go. Now that we've got those administrator rights, let's have a look at the setting up our device. And first of all, monitoring. Make sure that you don't miss any of those key alerts for your device. With monitoring, we do supply out-of-the-box monitoring checks. However, if you wish to tweak that, we've got templates where you can fine-tune it to your customer-specific requirements. Automated tasks. This is a mix of proactive, reactive maintenance, thus saving you time when it comes to managing the machine or trying to resolve problems. We have multiple layers of security. First up, backup documents. Ensure that all your key end user data is backed up in a safe location. We have Manage Antivirus, leveraging the Bitdefender engine, one of the leading antivirus vendors out there. And patch management. Not a lot of people realize that we support patching for macOS, and there's actually a huge repository at over 200 third-party applications on top of all your operating system security updates. And last but certainly not least, one of my personal favorites, macOS profiles. What is a profile, you may ask? It's a way to push out one or even multiple configuration changes to any devices on your dashboard. Now, this is a feature which has a huge amount of potential, so we're going to focus in on this a little bit more now. First of all, you'll need a profile editor. There are a lot of profile editors out there. This is one I've been playing about with just to show you some really great examples. Restrictions. You can see the wealth of options you've got when it comes to restrictions. We talked about security earlier. You can complement that nicely with enabling encryption, perhaps turning on your web content filter, turning on your firewall via the profiles. We've even got support for third-party software. If I go into Microsoft Office, you can see we've got options to actually push out Office. Okay, so how do we actually get these profiles onto the machine? Let me jump into the RMM dashboard. You've got two methods of doing this. Right-click your device. You can push out a profile on one device, potentially selecting all of the profiles. I know that in a lot of instances, you may have multiple devices. We've got you covered there as well. We have a deployment wizard which will allow you to save time by pushing out profiles to multiple machines. Let me click my install profiles button. I'll turn on just some of the profiles that I want here, click install, and great, those commands are pushed out to the machine. We're not bothering the user. Those changes take place silently in the background. Let's now jump on and have a look at some of the management tools inside of RMM. First up, remote access. We'll have a look at Take Control. Now with Take Control, this will allow you to connect to a user's desktop, work with them to resolve any problems or complaints they may have with the machine. However, we appreciate users are not always available. Perhaps they're not at their machine or they're even too busy for you to connect, in which case we've got a solution for you there in the form of remote background management. This is a way of silently connecting to a user's machine that allows them to continue working whilst you resolve the problem in the background. And in fact, this is such a powerful tool. I'm going to pop it up and show you a couple of great use cases. Maybe there's an issue with the internet connection. You can use the command line utility to look at the network diagnostics. Maybe you need to download a file or a folder from their device to investigate further on an issue. Or perhaps they're complaining of poor performance, in which case we can go into the system info, have a look at the resource usage, even drill down to look at individual applications and see what is hogging all the resources. Finally, we've got commands. Now, with regards to commands, there's a lot of common actions that you might want to take advantage of here. Right-click the device, lock it, shut it down, restart it, and a very important one, remote wipe. If your machine is lost or stolen, using RMM, you have the ability to clear off any data on there so that no sensitive information falls into the wrong hands. Okay, so let's wrap things up, folks. In terms of the session today, I hope you've enjoyed the content. Let's quickly recap on all of the great tools at your fingertips: alerting for any key issues, maintenance tasks to save you time and keep your machines healthy, security tools to ensure your devices are not compromised, configuration options to remotely set up a device, remote management tools, commands. One thing we want you to think of when you think of RMM is that it's not a Windows-centric tool. This is a tool to manage all platforms, including macOS, to make your organization much more efficient in supporting all of your end users. I hope that was helpful today, people. Thank you very much for listening and have a great day.